Good morning, friends. Welcome back. Today I have got the long awaited for and asked for video of what we eat in a day on the ketogenic diet. Okay, so my husband is going to be filming some of his clips because he eats at different times than I do, but he is also on the keto diet, and so I will be having his clips inserted here and then also some of mine, and then when we eat together you'll see that as well.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently 2:50 in the morning and I am sitting down for breakfast, which is comprised of chia seed and flax stuff and 2 hard-boiled eggs. I will see you again at lunch.
I think I can safely say that I was not anticipating having pea soup for lunch today. Get it? Pea soup. Because fog. Haha. It is 5:11 a.m. and now time for lunch. My wife very lovingly packed me in this very difficult to see pork rinds. I also have here on the right some rolled up salami with cream cheese in it. Cheese, that's kind of difficult to see. Some more slices of salami because you can never have too much meat. And in this little container, opening with one hand, try not to be enthralled by my visuals, banana peppers. There we go. So that is what my wife packs me for lunch before everybody else even bothers getting up, because it is way too early.
But it is currently 7:04 in the morning. I've got the kids up and getting ready for school. They're having a quick breakfast and watching some cartoons before we have to leave. You're probably gonna be surprised at what I start my day with. I will say that I do a little bit of intermittent fasting, which is where you go a longer period without food. It's fasting. Depending on who you ask, what I have for breakfast probably breaks that, but for me, this holds me over until later in the morning or early afternoon to eat my actual real food breakfast. So some people start their days with bulletproof coffee. I have recently been starting my day with a blue Rockstar energy drink. Now, that's gonna be controversial, I realize that, but there are a lot of people on keto that drink energy drinks. I don't make a habit out of it. They just taste really good to get my morning going. It's carbonated. It gives me that kick I need. This is 0 carbs, 0 fat, 0 sugar, 0 protein, and the sugar substitute that's in it is sucralose. So that's how I'm starting my morning. That'll get me through the morning, through school drop-offs and whatnot. And then I'm gonna take my vitamins and I'll show you those too. These little white ones are a probiotic. That dark blackish one is an iron pill, and the pink one is just a multivitamin. I make up a big bottle of electrolyte water, like lemonade sort of thing, and what I use that for is to replenish my electrolytes throughout the day, because on keto you need to make sure that your sodium, potassium, magnesium levels stay nice and even. So to make this water, I just use some of this True Lemon crystallized lemon. Do not get the lemonade by True Lemon, that's different, but this is just crystallized lemon. Lakanto, or however you want to pronounce it, monk fruit sweetener with erythritol. This is new salt, which is going to be sodium free, but it does have potassium in it. And then just some pink Himalayan salt for sodium. And I kind of just wing it. I don't have a recipe that I follow. I do some shakes of this, some shakes of this, and just kind of wing it and fill this up. And I will sip on this throughout the day. I just drink until I'm no longer thirsty. I don't go overboard. Okay, friends, so it is 9:45 and I am still not hungry. So I just finished that Rockstar about 20-25 minutes ago. Like I said, I sip on it through the morning. I finished dinner last night before 6 p.m., so I haven't eaten since then. But with keto, I'm not hungry as often, and then when you intermingle the intermittent fasting with that, it does amazing things for your metabolism, first of all, and it's crazy. So if you're not familiar with intermittent fasting and you're freaking out because I haven't eaten in like 15 or more hours, don't be scared, it's okay. I'm getting ready to make Will's home lunch, so you'll see in the clips before this that he had breakfast before work, he had lunch at work, and then he comes home and has a second lunch, and I'm about to make that, but I will leave that for him to talk about when he actually eats it. I have to make it a little bit early for him because I have to leave before he gets home. I have to take Alice to school. That'll be here for him when he gets home. He might have to just reheat it a little bit in the microwave. Another thing I wanted to mention, my husband needs way way more food than me in a day. His macros on keto are insane because he is trying to gain weight via muscle. I am trying to lose weight. He eats like 3,000 calories a day, and we might need to up that. We're kind of playing around with the numbers. He's actually losing weight right now, eating 3,000 calories a day, which is not what he wants because he's a pretty slim guy. We have to play around with that. I'm not familiar with bulking at all because I need to lose weight. But for me, I'm at 1,260 calories. I'm just under 1,300 calories and he's at 3,000 or more. So it's insane when I'm meal planning, the amount of food that he eats. So he eats a lot more than I do in a day. I have maybe 2 meals and a snack, sometimes not even a snack, and I'm satisfied all day long. I'm not joking when I say that. So don't get concerned when you see the lack of food. There's a lot of nutrients in what I'm eating, and there's a lot of fat, which keeps me fuller longer and prompts my body to burn fat. So I just wanted to say that as you're going through and watching these clips and you're wondering why he's eating like crazy and I'm eating like nothing. Not nothing, but you know what I mean. I mean, 1,200 calories is pretty standard for some people. It is 10:30. I am taking Alice to school, and then I'm going to get a massage because I've been having some issues with my sciatic nerve. So I'm gonna bring my 20-ounce Contigo water, and then when I get home from that, I'm going to eat my breakfast, which will be basically lunch at that point. But again, not hungry yet, so it's okay.
Here I have a lovely omelet prepared by my wife right before she left the house for me to eat in between jobs real quick. A little under an hour to eat, get changed, get ready to go. Maybe an omelet with some spinach, some cheese, butter, and it is very, very yummy.
All right, it is 12:50 p.m. and I am eating breakfast. And I know some of you are just like, jaws on the floor, wondering what the heck. I promise you, I just started getting hungry. I left my massage, I drank my full Contigo bottle of water. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm gonna have to eat, and then I have to jet out of here and go to story time at my daughter's preschool. Okay, so this pile of mush is very similar to what my husband had for breakfast this morning, but this is like our overnight oatmeal, but it's not oatmeal. So it's 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, 2 tablespoons of ground flax meal, and then mine has a little bit of unsweetened shredded coconut and a little bit of pure like cocoa powder, just for a little bit of a chocolatey taste. And then I got half of a tablespoon of the Bulletproof XTC oil and 1 tablespoon of butter, and then I added just a splash of this Jordan Skinny Syrup vanilla to sweeten it. So I'm gonna go ahead, I microwaved it for a minute. We make these the night before, mix all the dry ingredients with half a cup of almond milk the night before, and then in the morning when we go to reheat it, I add another 1/4 cup of almond milk and then the oils, butters, and sweetener. So I'm gonna go ahead and scarf this down and get to story time. So good. I've been eating this every morning or afternoon for my first meal for about 2 weeks now, and I'm not sick of it yet. And it's very filling, and it has a lot of fiber in it. When you're on a ketogenic diet, you don't get a ton of fiber because there's a lot of fruits and vegetables that you don't eat a ton of, just because of the higher carbs. And so I get fiber from like my leafy greens and whatnot, but I haven't really had fruit since I started keto. All right, friends, it is about 3:10 p.m. Just got home from getting Jackson home from school. I'm gonna have like my afternoon little snack. I sometimes have trouble hitting my protein on some days depending on what we're having for dinner. So I made up just a small protein shake. This is not Shakeology that I'm drinking, it's just a Shakeology cup. But we use the vanilla muscle milk, 100% whey protein, unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Now, I didn't do a full scoop because I don't need that much protein. I did about 20 grams, which is just over half of a scoop. So I'm gonna go ahead and drink this. And I wanted to update you on my salt water intake. I've drank about half of this today, just again, trying to sip on it through the day, along with regular water. But that's where I'm sitting now. I'm gonna go ahead and drink this and sit down for a little bit, because I have been on the go all day long. I've finished my salt water for the day, so I got my electrolytes in there. Will is going to be on his way home from work, and then we will eat dinner, which dinner is cooked. We're having queso soup tonight. Recipe will be going up on the channel in the next week or two. I don't know exactly when, but I did film it tonight while I was cooking. It was super easy, so it's gonna be a super quick video.
All right, I am home from job numero dos. I am absolutely famished. I have a very, very fast metabolism.
So dinner is basically ready. I cooked this, like I mentioned earlier, while he was at work. we're having queso soup. Mine just has 2 tablespoons of sour cream in it. His, because he needs way more calories, like I mentioned earlier, and higher fat, I put in a tablespoon of butter, and then I just added a tablespoon of MCT oil, and then I'm adding more fat via sour cream. Yes, we do still weigh our stuff, only because we're still learning. So the other thing he's having, let me show you out the freezer real quick. These are from Aldi. It's their Mexicali brand chicken patties. And I was excited because they only have 250 calories, and a lot of times when we have burgers are like 400 calories. So I was like, yay, something that's low calorie that easily fits into my macros. What I failed to take into consideration is that there are 37 grams of protein, which is like basically half of my entire day. I'm not wasting half of my protein on one patty. So these are going to be for Will to help fill in the gaps, because he has trouble meeting his like 9,000 grams of protein. So he also gets one of those, and these have in it, it's chicken breast, red onions, pepper jack cheese, roasted red peppers, jalapeno, cilantro, spices, sea salt, and extra virgin olive oil. So it's actually a really clean product. So we're just gonna put a little bit of this on there.
Aioli garlic mustard sauce.
It is 6 o'clock. I was hungry earlier, and I would typically eat before he gets home, because when I'm hungry, I'm ready. And I mentioned this morning that I typically finish my day by about 6 p.m. I have room for a peanut butter cookie.
Ooh, a peanut butter cookie.
I'm gonna go grab that while he talks to you for a second. He's about to have a protein shake. It's 4 ounces of almond milk, another like 4 to 5 ounces of water, and then I did 31 grams of the whey protein, the vanilla the muscle milk that I had earlier for my snack. We plan out the day, and I see where we're falling short on macros. He was falling short on protein somehow. And so I basically just measure out just what he needs to hit that protein goal, and that's what he needed. So that is like his gap filler. I'm gonna go get my treat while he kind of just talks to you.
It is currently 6:25. So I've been up since roughly 2:30 in the morning. Now I am finally home for a little bit. I'm gonna be going to bed around 8 o'clock. Try and get about 6 hours of sleep or so. In theory, I would like to push this off just a little bit later in the night, but I am still starving.
And he just ate all that food, you guys.
I have an insatiable metabolism. I've also been kind of throughout the day whenever I'm home drinking a Powerade Zero. That way I can get my electrolytes in and whatnot.
Is a fat bomb in the form of basically a peanut butter coconut cookie. And I made these like within the first few days of when I started keto. So I can't fit them into my macros a whole lot, because like I said, I only get just over 1,200 calories a day. And this is 215 right here. But I was short on my fat today, so I made sure to squeeze this in. I only have 2 more in the freezer. So this is my last treat at 6:30 at night. And then I probably won't eat again until lunchtime tomorrow, like the normal like noon or 1 lunchtime. That'll be my breakfast.
I will pretty much have the exact same thing tomorrow.
Actually, we're both gonna have the exact same thing that we had today.
Is mine gonna change because I'm exercising tomorrow?
Very slightly, not really though. I copied and pasted today's to tomorrow's because we're having the queso soup and all of that again.
Which was delicious, by the way.
It was really good and way more filling than it looked.
Cheers.
So we're gonna wrap this up. This video is probably gonna be way longer, but I've had a lot of people asking for it. I wanted to give detail as to why we're eating what we're eating. I didn't want it to overlap with another video that I plan on making soon in the next week or 2 about why we are doing keto and why we chose that. For me personally, it started with some health issues, and so he jumped on board with me for support or to torture himself. I'm not sure which.
Column A, column B. You'll have to check out the video to find out.
So we're gonna end this. Thinking about, can't even talk, I got peanut butter mouth. End it.
Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, we got the keto video gonna be coming up, so check that out if you're interested. And
yep, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.